What up, Milwaukee? This is your boy Track Lacer. I feel a little bit better about being on camera. I went about a month without getting a haircut. Shout out to my boy Depp. Three Kings Barbershop inside of the Sherman Phoenix all black business enclave. Um, Peace to Muhammad Ali on the back of my shoulder. For those of who you don't know, Muhammad Ali is from Louisville, Kentucky. And we can't talk about Louisville without talking about Breonna Taylor. So just use this opportunity. If you see any petitions online that is talking about arresting those police, make sure you sign them. You know, can only do so much. All right, but I know what y'all here for. Y'all here for Rick Ross versus 2 Chainz. And your boy don't know a whole lot about drugs. But I do know one thing about drugs. There's a drug called uppers and a drug called downers. Uppers will be like Molly, speed, stuff to have you tweaking. I guess technically crack would be an upper. Don't know from personal experience. I'm just, you know, I'm assuming. But one drug that I know is a downer is lean, syrup, promethazine. So it's, that stuff that they listen to down there in Texas, chopped and screwed. Man, I wish that they would have been on some uppers tonight. Because, man, I mean, you in Atlanta too. Didn't Atlanta used to have crunk music? Maybe they needed Little John to moderate their battle or something. But, dog, 2 Chainz and Rick Ross had low energy. And it's so funny because I was just joking before I made this video on Facebook. I said, I need a woman that'll say, oh, no, boo. Oh, your vibration is low. Oh, your vibrations is too low. We gotta get your vibrations higher. And I just threw that out there. But I don't know what was up with them. They had low energy and people was complaining. So I know you don't care about that, but it was just something that I noticed. A few of my homies said they cut the battle off and stopped watching. I guess because they were so low energy. But, hey, man, I'm almost 2 minutes in. So let me just call it the way I called it. And you can let me know if you saw it the same way I saw it. Okay, so the very first round was very close because 2 Chainz, Rick Ross came out the gate with I Think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. So blowing money fast. Dun, 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 dun. And I said, oh, that's pretty rough to come out the gate with that. And then 2 Chainz came out with No Lie. So this is just like battle rap. If you had No Lie over BMF, I'm not mad at you. I just think overall that song had a little bit more of an impact. Even what am I talking about? I'm tripping, man. I gave that to No Lie. I think I gave that to 2 Chainz just off of the fact that I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Chicago was our cousin city. And let's just say it was some people in Chicago that wasn't too happy about that song. So that might be a foul reason to not give it to Rick Ross, but kind of rubbed some of my cousins and them in Chicago the wrong way. So even though it's close, so I gave that to 2 Chainz. So it's 1-1. Round 2. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. And 2 Chainz came back with I'm different. I'm different. Now I know that most of y'all will say, come on, man, you had to have gave that to 2 Chainz. I'm different is better than every day I'm hustling. That's debatable. But even though this is trap music, and your boy Track Lacer, I didn't make trap music. I tried to be a little bit more lyrical. I gotta take points off of I'm different simply because even if it's a better song, it has one of the worst lyrics of all time in it. And I wish it would like a kitchen cabinet. I wish a would like a kitchen cabinet. That is garbage. So just off that lyric alone, because I don't think 2 Chainz is trash lyrically, but that line had me wondering, like, what do y'all see in this guy? All right, so it's tied up 1-1. Round 3, I'm Not a Star, and then 2 Chainz goes with Problem. Now you could say, hey man, you got to get that to Rick Ross because that was a guest appearance song. But I knew the 2 Chainz was going to have to rely on some guest appearance songs because that's kind of what he got his name for, even more so than his own material. You know, he was right up there with Lil Wayne and Drake in terms of having fire guest appearances. So, you know, I can't take that away from him. So I gave round 3 because of Problem. I gave it to 2 Chainz. So the score is 2-1. Then Rick Ross comes back with Rich Forever featuring John Legend, and 2 Chainz came back with Spend It. I just felt like Spend It was just simple, just regular trap song. And Rich Forever was kind of layered. It's kind of risky to use somebody like, you know, John Legend, who has a classical kind of singing voice and not just a hood singing voice. So you got to give Rick Ross that. Round 5, Diced Pineapples. I always thought Diced Pineapples was soft. It's like, you know, I Need Love is like the barometer in terms of you making a soft rap song with the R&B feel. You can't go softer than I Need Love by LL Cool J. And then 2 Chainz countered that with Duffel Bag Boys. You know, so go on, Leonard, man, let old Duffel Bag Boy. I ain't never ran from him, and I ain't running. You know, I mean, that's, to me, that's clear. Y'all might disagree, but you put Duffel Bag Boys, I Ain't Never Ran, versus Diced Pineapples with Drake. I think that's clear, all right? So now we on to round 6. This song sounds just like BMF, but I always laughed at how creative this chorus is. I got a whole bunch of cars, whole bunch of dancers. I take them everywhere. I'm MC Hammer. That is one of the funniest choruses I've ever heard, dog. Got a whole bunch of dancers. I take them everywhere. I'm MC Hammer. And he went up against 2 Chainz. Yeah, I like them strippers. Yeah, I like them strippers. Once again, you see what I just did there? I'm showing you that even though this is gangster rap, that's kind of lyrical what Rick Ross did with his chorus versus, yeah, like them strippers. Yeah. You know, I just think that trap music can get like real lazy sometimes. You know, so I'm not gonna be the dude to just preach against trap music. You know, it is what it is. Otherwise, I don't have no business even doing this, you know, review of the battle. But at least be creative. So you gotta give Rick Ross that. So the score is tied. It's 3-3 out of 6 rounds. So now we go to round 7. Ashton Martin music featuring Drake. Once again, that's kind of soft. It's kind of soft. And 2 Chainz uses Super Freak. Super Freak, yeah! You know, the Young Jeezy feature. I gave that to 2 Chainz just because, like I said, I just don't like just rap records just being extra soft. It's distracting, you know. But that was a mistake for 2 Chainz, because what 2 Chainz is gonna do, he's gonna end up losing. I think, yeah, he ended up losing 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna end up losing like 5 in a row, because what he ended up doing, 2 Chainz started using almost strictly the songs that he was featured on. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even using his own music. So Super Freak won, but then Rick Ross came with Santorini, Greece, which had a real cold beat and no features on it. And then 2 Chainz come out with Bands to Make Her Dance. Bands to Make Her Dance. And it's like, I mean, Juicy J had the line of the song. So, 2 Chainz, if you're going to put that against Rick Ross, at least have the line of the song, if not the best verse. You can't let Juicy J have the line of the song. So, that went to Rick Ross. So now the score is 4-4. Then, Rick Ross comes back with, I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. One of the coldest beats you'll ever hear. This is when T-Pain was on fire, like back in 09. No, even before that. This is like 07, 08. So this is when everything that T-Pain was on was a quality song. And 2 Chainz tried to counter I'm a Boss with our riches, doom 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 doom. You know, a Lil Wayne song that he was featured on. Just like I said, lazy chorus, lazy beat. That's not better than I'm the Boss with 2 Chainz. With Rick Ross and T-Pain. So now Rick Ross is up 5-4. 10th round. Rick Ross comes with Freemason featuring Jay-Z. Very quality lyrics. Very quality borderline hip-hop beat. 2 Chainz coming like, I'ma be fresh as hell with the feds watching. And I think that 2 Chainz kind of wants to be seen as a lyricist. And I think when you put Freemason up, it'd be different if Jay-Z was the only one that was lyrical on that song. But Rick Ross had some bars on that song, man. So that might just be preference, in terms of the content. So I went with Rick Ross. So now the score is 6-4. Round 11. That's my fault. Round 9 was I'm a Boss with Rick Ross, not the Boss. Round 11 was the Boss with T-Pain. And T-Pain used a song called Good Drink. See, right there, I think you got to pull out BFF. Produced by Zaytoven from San Francisco. Like Good Drink, it just wasn't. He gave you the Boss. You got to come with something. You got to come with something rough. You could even came with Mercy right there against the Boss. So Rick Ross is up 7-4. Round 12. Rick Ross. Dun, 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 dun. F for me, you know I got it. Dun, 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 dun. F for me, you know I got it. 2 Chainz got excited when he heard that song. And he came back with, watch out, Luke. Watch out, Luke. Now, once again, in this case, F with me, you know I got it. That's pretty simple. But it just seems like every time, even something simple for Rick Ross, when you put it against a T-Pain chorus, it's kind of cringy. It just seems like lazy writing, you know. So Rick Ross is up 8-4. Then now this is what I call stunting. Rick Ross played "Devil in a Blue Dress" off the My Dark Twisted Fantasy album by Kanye West. Now the reason I said that this is stunting is because, like I told you, 2 Chainz is relying on songs that he was featured on to win this battle. And Rick Ross used an interlude, you know, that was just featured on a platinum selling album. It's like Kanye brought him in as a guest and gave him his own mini song on his album. That's stunning. And 2 Chainz went with 4 a.m. And I'll be honest with you, it was kind of a charity round. I kind of figured you put your whole original song, 4 a.m., against an interlude. I got to go with the song over the interlude. You know, even though I kind of like Rick Ross's better, it's a song versus an interlude. So I gave that to 2 Chainz. So now the score is 8-5. All right, so now we in round 14. This was very close to me because Rick Ross went with a song called "Tears of Joy." And the first time, that song was produced by No ID, I believe, or Justice League, one of the two. And the first time I ever heard that instrumental, oh, no, 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 ooh, yeah, no, 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 no. The first time I ever heard that was Slaughterhouse. So I thought that was Slaughterhouse's song. And on the mixtape, House Rules, it's called Truth or Truth. And it's when all of the members of Slaughterhouse is just telling very deep personal stories to that beat. But then when I heard that album and said, that's a Rick Ross beat? Dude, Rick Ross be picking some cold beats, man. And 2 Chainz went with "Big Amount." Now that's a particular song where he don't have a chorus. He just got this real cold beat and he is rapping. But when you combine how cold the beat for "Tears of Joy" is, you know, I subjugated y'all to my horrible singing to show you how cold that chorus is. It's just deeper. You know what I'm saying? It's just more substance. You know, Rick doesn't always. He started out doing just straight drug dealing rap, but as he matured, he started bringing you a little bit more content. And 2 Chainz seems like he never made the effort to evolve into that level. So I got it 9-5. Then we do "Stay Scheming." And "Stay Scheming." The thing about "Stay Scheming" is if you can have a song that has an iconic line that everybody knows. Trick, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Huh? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym? Come on, man. You know. And 2 Chainz went with "All Me." So at this point, the battle is almost starting to feel like Drake versus Drake. Because 2 Chainz and Rick Ross rely on Drake features heavily. At least it feels that way. Probably Rick Ross more than 2 Chainz. But I guess you can say both when both of them use them for their singles, the songs that they're known for. Which, you know, if you get somebody like Drake, it better be for your single. You know, otherwise, you know, what's the point? You know. Then Rick Ross comes with "Don't Stop, Don't Stop, Don't Stop." We the 2 Live Crew. 2 for me, 2 for you. I always like that song in the clubs. Like French Montana doesn't even deserve for that to be his song because he had the weakest verse and everybody else after him just went in. But 2 Chainz countered that with "It's a Vibe." And I really wanted to give this to 2 Chainz, but its a vibe is just kind of regular. I know this is gonna really seem like I'm not a 2 Chainz fan, but I do respect him. I just think that overall, Meek Mill would have been a better matchup for him, because I just think Rick Ross got too much. And to his credit, Meek Mill did call out Rick Ross first. I mean, Meek Mill first. He didn't ask for 2 Chainz. Meek Mill just stepped up and said, "Hey, let me get that smoke." Okay, only 3 more songs. Rick Ross came. I'm on one. And he had a cold verse on I'm on one. But 2 Chainz, he did the Grammy floss on you. He said this one won a Grammy. Doom doom. You don't want no problems with me. You don't want no problems. So he pulled out the Chance the Rapper. And even though both songs were big, that Chance the Rapper song just had more of a positive, fun vibe to it than I'm on one. So you can kind of see why it won a Grammy. So I gave that to 2 Chainz. So now the score is 11-6. Then, how I was telling y'all that I think that they was on some types of I'm sorry, yo. You remember when I told y'all that if they taking drugs, I wish that they would take a drug to hype them up instead of just being so low energy and down? At this point, maybe they did because it kicked in. Because Rick Ross chose a song that he already did. He chose "I'm Not a Star" for track number 18. He already played that for track number 3. It's like he didn't remember that he already used it. And so then, even though it has one of the worst lyrics I ever heard again, 2 Chainz, she got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty. Bruh. But, I mean, that is a club banger. All the women love it when it comes on. It's your birthday. So, I mean, birthday, you could put over I'm Not a Star, but clearly you put it over I'm Not a Star if Rick Ross is forgetting that he already played it. Alright. So now we come to the last song. And Rick Ross plays Mafia music. And 2 Chainz goes with YK featuring him. His strategy. Big bank, take little bank. So once again, real simple. But at this point, I don't think Rick Ross cared anymore. So he wins the battle 11-8. And if you're good at math, that's only 19 songs. So you might say, track list, we're having the song number 20, the last round. Rick Ross played Rich Off Yayo, aka Cocaine. And that's not one of my favorite Rick Ross songs. But he specifically said, let's not keep score anymore. Let's just go. Forget this. And as a result, 2 Chainz did not come back with his final 20th song. And they just started previewing new singles or unreleased songs that they had. So, that's the battle in a nutshell. I got it clear. Like, the score is going to sound closer than what it was. 11-8. I got it clear. Because being honest, 11-8, I really could have went. I could have went 13-6 easily. But I got it 11-8. Let me know what you thought of the battle. Especially, you can even compare the battle to Snoop vs. DMX. Because some people are saying this wasn't nowhere good as Snoop versus DMX. Let me know what you thought of it compared to that battle, and let me know what your score was. Because if you had 2 Chainz was winning, I want to hear why. You know, if you think I'm tripping, hey, let me know why 2 Chainz got it. Milwaukee, stand up. Gwinnett County, Georgia, stand up.